Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. So inshallah today we're moving on to the Ahruf al-Jawab. Ahruf al-Jawab are those particles which are used to respond to a question or so like yes, no, etc. So if a quick recap, we're now discussing huruf. So this maqsid al-awwal is regarding amil and ghayr amil. In al-bab al-awwal we discuss fi'l, in bab al-thani we discuss harf, and in the first part of harf we discuss al-amil, and we discuss all of the awamil, harf. Now we're discussing those particles which have meaning but they don't govern the i'rab of sentences. This is called the harf ghayr amil. And last time we discussed harf al-atf, and we're going from number, the largest, which have most in a category, to smallest. So the most huruf are harf al-atf. There are 9. Some books have 10, but we use 9. We discuss that in Khubra, inshallah. And today we're discussing Ahruf al-Jawab, the particles for response. So Al-Qism al-Thani Ahruf al-Jawabi. And those texts is very easy, I won't translate anymore because you know how to translate them yourself now. وَهِيَ دَرْبَانِ الدَّرْبُ الْأَوَّلُ أَحْرُفُ الْإِيجَابِ. Ijab is the same as Jawab. But Ijab is affirmative. And the other one is Nafi. So Ijab is basically how do you affirm positively. Yes, certainly, surely, of course. So those particles which affirm, and they say yes, but not negatively, but positively. You affirm positively. You can understand that. وَهِيَ سِتَّةٌ الْأَوَّلُ نَعَمْ. The first particle is na'am. So we say na'am, but it's really na'am. So na'am, what is na'am? Yes. We know this already from all our year 1 books. For example, na'am, like saying na'am, fi jawabi man sa'ala, in response. Fi jawab, in response. So the question is basically, this is an example, like saying na'am in response. Like, for example, saying na'am fi jawabi man sa'ala, in response, in the response to the one who asked, atuhibbullah. If somebody asks, do you love Allah? We will say na'am. Yes, so that's a response, a positive response. I'm not going to explain this. If you have any question, let me know. This is very, very basic year 1 stuff. First couple of weeks we've done this in year 1. Athani bala ba'da nafi. This is important. Bala also gives an affirmative response. However, it comes after a negative statement. Okay, this is important. Bala only comes after a negative. For example, if you say bala fi jawabi man sa'ala ala tuhibbu sahaba. So if the question is negative and you want to change and you want to affirm it. So for example here, he's saying, do you not love the Sahaba? You will say, Bala. Certainly I do. Yes? So Allah is here. This is a negative, this is nafyun. So if you have a negative sentence and you reply with Bala, that means you're basically affirming this. It's as if you're removing the la. And you're saying, Uhibbul Rasul. Are you following? If you were to say na'am, if you were to say, instead of saying Bala, if you said na'am, what would that mean? If you said na'am, somebody asked you, do you love the Sahaba? Do you not love the Sahaba? And you said na'am, what would that mean? That would mean yes, we don't love them. Do you understand? So if somebody asked you, ala tuhibbur Rasul, do you not love the messenger? If you said na'am, that would mean yes, I am saying la uhibbur Rasul. Are you following me? And by saying bala, it means I am negating your negative and I'm making it affirmative. Yes, I do love the messenger. Do you understand? So bala only comes after a negative sentence. And it changed a negative question to an affirmative answer. If you say na'am after a negative sentence, what does that mean? You're giving a negative answer, saying whatever the question was, it's still negative. Do you understand? That's why it comes in the Quran. Alastu bi rabbikum. Am I not your Lord? What's the answer? Bala, certainly. So the negative aspect of lastu bi rabbikum is removed and it means bala ay anta rabbuna, anta rabbuna. Do you understand? Now, athalithu e. The third way of responding affirmatively is e. But the speciality of e, it always comes with qasam. Qabla al-qasami. It always comes with a qasam before it. You following? So e is more emphatic. It's like yes, wallahi. So it always comes e wallah. So you will say e wallahi. Fi jawabi man sa'ala atuhibbul muhajirin. Do you love the muhajirin? You say e wallah. That's like emphatic. Do you love the muhajirin? You say e wallahi, I do. Yes? And just a side note, I don't know if those of you who've been from to Saudi Arabia or Makkah, Medina, what do they say when you say answer? If you ask a question, say what? They say, Aywa. They say, Aywa. Have you heard that one? Aywa. So Aywa is really what? Wallahi. And obviously the slang has changed it to Aywa. It's really Wallahi becomes Iwa. Wallahi, so it becomes Aywa. Yes? Now, Arabi Ajal. Now, here, Ajal is also, say here, the thing about Ajal is not used for a question. Ajal is used to say in Urdu, ha mein ha karna, kehna. Meaning somebody says, it's a very good day today. You will say what? Is that a question? If I said to you, this lesson is very easy, and I'm stating a statement. This is very easy, and you want to affirm. So I'm not asking you. If I ask you a question, is this lesson easy? What would you reply? Naam or Ajal? Is this lesson easy? Question mark. What would your answer be? Don't say la. Say what? Naam. Or no, not now. What? Wallahi. With emphasis. Wallahi. Lesson is very easy. And if I said, MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah, we're going well, this is very easy, what would you say in reply? Ajal. Because Na'am is for a question and Ajal is to say, yes, I agree with you. So Ajal is basically more for agreement. Are you following? It's for agreement. Do you understand? So the previous one comes after questions. Fi jawabi man sa'ala. And this is fi jawabi man qala. You see the difference here? In all of the previous ones, one who asks you a question. This is not a question, this is a statement. Now, okay, so for example, somebody says, Nuhibbul Ansar, we love the Ansar. Not asking a question, they say, we love it. You say, Ajal, yes, agree. You understand? Al-Khamis, Inna. Now, those that we mentioned above, they are used. The next few are not really used that often, they're very, very seldom. But obviously, the book of Nahw, we have to encompass all of them, so we have all of the rules in front of us. Inna can also be used as a harfu jawab. For example, Inna. You want to say Inna, you say Inna, and the other half a waqf. So Inna. So somebody asks you, Hal tuhibbu sahaba, you say Inna. And obviously Inna is more emphatic than just Na'am. So you have Wallahi is very emphatic, Inna. But you don't see this very often, maybe in a poem here and there, but very, very rarely. You follow? So Inna is also a way to affirm a question. Not affirm a question, but to reply to a question affirmatively with emphasis. And then Jairi, I've never seen this in a book other than Nahw books. So in text, maybe in a poem you might see it, but it's not used in normal text. It's very seldomly used. It's not used in the Quran or Hadith. I've never seen it in Hadith as well. Okay? For example, if somebody says, you say, Jayli la'attabi'annahum. If somebody asks you, Hal tattabi'ur rasula wa ashabahu? Will you follow the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam and his companions and their way? We will say, Jayri la'attabi'annahum. And Jayri, according to some, it's a bit more emphatic than just Na'am. So Jayri is a bit more emphatic, but it's very rare. Understood? Yes? So those were the 6 for ijab. Those 6 give an affirmative response. And we have 2 that give a negative response. Then, so harful nafi, the 2 particles of negation. So la, a normal particle, So la, fi jawab man sa'ala, hal tubghidu sahaba. Do you dislike sahaba? You say la, you don't dislike them. Okay? And kalla is like a very severe refusal or very severe denial. Yes? If somebody asks you, man talabas, if somebody seeks from you, not only asks a question, but he seeks from you. And this kalla has a lot more detail, inshallah, we do it in Kubra. But just to get you a bigger framework, we're putting in these particles and get the rough idea. So kalla means nay, never, of course not. So kalla, so if somebody asks from you or seeks from you, utruk sunnat al-Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Say kalla, never, no way. So this is like a more emphatic than la. Okay? And this is a harfu jawab. See kalla is a harfu jawab. Kalla is also known as harfu rad'in, a particle for rebuke. What does rad'un mean? Rebuke. So it's not just answering, it's like a very strong, it's like almost like you it's very emotionally charged, this word, as opposed to la. La doesn't really have much emotion in it. Kalla It's a very strong word. Okay, this is called harf al-rada', and we discuss this in harf al-rada', and we also discuss it in kubra of the multiple ma'ani and the usages. But for now, we just say it means never, nay, and it's used with very strong tone in it. Understood? Okay. Now, let's summarize this again. So let's say you have one question. Anta qa'imun. If somebody asks you, Anta qa'imun, are you standing? Anta qa'imun. If you said na'am, that's simply saying, yes, I am standing. Affirmative, yes. If somebody said, Anta qa'imun, and you said, jayri. Why would you use jayri? Jayri also means what? Yes, but this is a bit more stronger than na'am. Correct? As somebody said, you say inna, and you want to say inna, you say what? Inna. You have the other waqf at the end, inna. Yes, we explain that ha in the i'rab inshallah. So inna. So when you have inna, that's more emphatic than jayri. So na'am, then jayri inna. Anta qa'iman, you say I wallah. Now what's this now? Even more emphatic. I wallahi. Yes, got it? And then if somebody asks you, not ask you, but a statement. See, these are all what? Anta qa'imun. Which is put question marks here. Anta qa'ima, anta qa'im. These are all question marks. This is basically a full stop. You are standing. And he said, na'am, ajal, I am standing. So these are istifham. These are istifham. These are questions. Yes? So in all of these, istifham, what do you put? You reply by saying na'am, jayri, inna, or I wallah, depending on the amount of emphasis you wish to portray. If it is a simple statement, which you wish to affirm, if it's a statement that you wish to affirm, you will say ajal. And if it's a negative, this is a negative question, alasta qa'iman, what would you say in reply to this? What would you say in reply to this? You say bala. If you said na'am, what would na'am mean? So bala means what? What does bala mean? When you say bala, what does that mean? Yeah, and that means I am standing. Ana qa'iman. And if you said na'am to this, what would that mean? I would mean no. I said lastu bi qa'imin. I am not standing. So in this question, if you reply saying alasta qa'iman or bala. So it depends on na'am or bala. It would have different meanings. So if you reply to a negative question using na'am, you're affirming the negativity. And it will say, yes, whatever the negative is, I am affirming that is true. It is not like that. If you say bala, you're negating the negative and you're saying it is not negative, it's actually affirmative. So alasta qa'imun, na'am, lastu qa'iman. And alasta qa'iman, bala, ana qa'imun. Do you understand? You following? Ji, go ahead. If you wanted to reply negatively, anta qa'imun, a simple negative would be what? La. Simple no, I'm not standing. And if you want to say, no, how dare you accuse me? What do you say? Anta qa'imun, or you say what? What would you say? Kalla, no way, no, never. I'm not standing. So these are the ways you have the Ahraf al-Jawab. Yes, the majority of this is very simple. Any questions regarding this? So inshallah, let's go through the i'rab inshallah. Most of it is very simple. There's a few things we need to probably go through. So I wallah, how do the i'rab of I wallah? You say I is harfu jawab, mabni al-sukun. That's a harfu jawab. So all of them you say, whenever you have any of the harfu jawab, you say mabni al-sukun. Wow, harfu jar. Even na'am. So na'am is going to be what? Harfu jawab, mabni al-sukun. La harfu jawab. But only I is a bit different. Yes, it's harfu jawab, mabni al-sukun. Waw is harfu jar, within this already. Waw is harfu jar. What is it? It's for qasam. It's not harfu atf. It's what? For qasam. So you say here, wallah is harfu jar. And mabni al-fath. Wallah, what lafz jalala becomes what? Majroorun bil kasri. Bil kasrati, sorry. Majroorun bil kasrati. And then the shibhul jumla becomes what? Maf'ulun bihi ghayru sarih. Of the verb, of a hidden verb. Limahdhufin. What's the hidden verb? Uqasimu. So this shibhul jumla is basically the maf'ul bihi of a hidden verb. Wallahi, uqasimu billahi, uqasimu wallahi. So I, wallahi. So when you have a qasam, have you done this with i'rab before? The qasam? I think we may have done this before. So have you done it before? So we have the mahdhuf, and this came before in wallahi, tallahi, in the huruf al-jar. So when you have a qasam, the harf al-qasam, the wallahi, billahi, or tallahi, they become the maf'ul bihi ghaysari of the hidden verb uqasimu. Okay? Inna, we want to say inna is harfu mushabbahun bil fa'il here because there's no ism and there's no khabar. We'll call it harfu jawab, not harfu mushabbahun bil fa'il. And then this ha We call this ha'u sakti. Sakata yaskutu sukutan is to remain quiet. So because when we're pausing, to pause on inna, the Arabs that you don't do waqf on a haraka. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, not Alamina. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, not Rahim, me. You understand? So you do waqf by making a sukoon. So it should be in. But if you have in, then you're doing waqf on a shadda is very difficult. So then the other ha. So instead of saying in, you say inna. So this ha is therefore ha for silence, or ha for pausing, or ha for pausing purposes. The ha for remaining quiet. Meaning it's called ha sakt. But this ha is just there for enunciation purposes. Ha muqra'u kitabi. We will say ha muqra'u kitabiyah. Fabihudahu muqtadih. You understand? So you have this ha sakt. Yes, at the end of some verses in the Quran as well. And we'll discuss this more at the end, inshallah. So ha sakt. مبني للسكون. That is مبني للسكون. إن ذا حرف الجواب, not حرف مشابه بالفعل. Yes? Is that clear? And this should be مبنية على الفتح. Because إن ذا حرف. لا حرف الجواب مبني للسكون. نعم حرف الجواب مبني للسكون. نعم. Yes? Everybody following? Any question regarding this? Okay. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك.